everyone. Welcome to the final week of the regular season in Reddit League. My name is Atomo, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-caster, Calamity. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, as things are starting to heat up in real life as well as Reddit League. What's your favorite cold beverage, Calamity?
Probably some kind of thing that I'd also drink when it's not cold, but just with ice in it. Something like either like apple juice or Coke. Those are probably the two that benefit the most from ice in it.
Not an iced coffee or iced tea, man?
No, I don't drink coffee, and I've never even tried tea cold. But
Oh, interesting.
yeah, no. I'll stick to apple juice.
Okay, well, yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that coffee thing. Hot or cold, not a fan. But yeah, we have a matchup featuring you and MTheBassman here in week 11 in Kenya. And well, MTheBassman is pretty much just trying to play spoilers here because he's going to finish middle of the table no matter what. But you pretty much have to win to even keep your chances of first place hopes alive. And you've got to, I think a loss could send you as far down as out of the playoffs, or are you guaranteed a top?
It's pretty unlikely. Mathematically, it's possible, but that would require some like a perfect score by ice, and then a draw from Cameron with ice, and then Verdok needs to beat Tesco Attack, and Chicago needs to beat Radox. Possible, okay, but not likely.
Yeah, only 3 points separating first place and fifth place, with Calamity in first, as you can see there, 25 points. Other than that, your aces far outnumber MTheBassman, but average score isn't too far off, as well as best game. So,
yeah, not too far away. I mean, we both played in Division 3 last season and finished pretty close to each other, so I think it's fair to say that we're relatively even in terms of our skill, and I've just been a bit more lucky with results going my way this season so far, but that can change.
Yeah, we'll see indeed, because we have our map for this week, Kenya by Amazing Color, average score of 16,347, and has over 10,000 locations, hasn't been played too often, at least at the time of publication, and about 6 likes. So yeah, pretty interesting map, lots of unique national parks, and a little bit of Google Car meta. You can play in those. But also some pretty big cities. And I think you've mentioned in some of our other videos that some of the suburbs of the 2 major cities are very unique. So yeah, it should be interesting. Yeah, have you been practicing this map much, or?
Not as much as Bolivia, but I've practiced it quite a bit. I mean, I would say Kenya falls more in line with my practice for every other country map as well, where I've played it somewhere between like 10 to 15 times.
Yeah, so are you confident going into this one, or is it pretty much a 50-50? We'll see how the seed goes.
Yeah, relatively confident, but not to the point I was in Bolivia, and even then I lost, so...
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see then, as we will jump into round number 1, and right off the bat, Mombasa.
Yep.
Right on the sign. You guys both zoomed in almost at the exact same speed there. For that one. So now, with only about 15 seconds gone, we're into the whole pinpointing. And this was in another division.
Nope. It was just in the Division 2 seat that we've already seen from Chicago and Radox.
Oh, okay. Cast a lot of these. Okay. Got to keep them all straight.
That's a cool, like, arch, by the way. Thing I'm currently in front of.
Yeah. I feel jealous as someone from America. Like, Asia and Africa have all these cool animals like elephants, tigers, lions, monkeys. Like, America's got bison? They're pretty cool, but nothing like lions and tigers. So
aren't opossums typically American?
Yes. Oh, that's right. Opossums are native to North America, and just MTheBassman goes really fast there after getting that ace on Main Street. Let's go back a little bit. He'll pinpoint using that motors, and sure enough, 5K for him there. And Calamity, looks like you are not too far behind as you yourself find the POI and drop it. But
if you're in the center of Mombasa and you've got more than 2 minutes, you really shouldn't be losing any points here.
We can see that only Schmingo has played in before you, so get that zoom out with him guessing in the wrong country for that one. But yeah, starting us off at least, perfect rounds from both of you here, Calamity.
Yeah, that zoom out had me worried a bit there at the beginning. But yeah, not a difficult round at all. And not surprising that both of us managed to 5k that.
Okay, well then, let us get into round number 2 and see if this one is as simple and as straightforward as the others. And we do appear to be somewhere, at least has some signs at the beginning. Though those school signs aren't always the biggest help. They're named after often random things that won't give you any geographic clues, at least.
The river can be slightly helpful for pinpointing later on.
Well, there we go. You got a nice police headquarters, a hero. So that should be pretty helpful once you go to the map. I don't think MTheBassman saw that. He seems to be going... You're both headed south, but...
Yeah, he's
now got
further behind
me. A1. Pretty good sign there. Light weather change, bright sunshine changing to stormy clouds, and back again on your screen.
Yeah.
You're jumping back and forth between the covers, which makes it quite interesting. But
trying to read signs that are too far away for me to read.
Yeah, and at bad angles. I always hate when that happens. Like, oh, there's a perfect sign, and the car doesn't take a picture at the right moment. So much for that.
And we're back with the bad weather.
It is really weird when they mix coverage like that. I guess like one side of the road is taken at one time versus the other side, and then they can coverage sometimes jumps between those two. But
happens a lot in Kenya. I didn't really notice that too much in other countries so far. I mean, obviously happens sometimes, but really stood out in Kenya.
I had a game in France today where it went from spring to snow. So I was a bit surprised when I turned the corner onto a smaller street and there was snow everywhere. In the meantime, MTheBassman finding the city, at least the one he saw.
Yep.
Kisumu County for you as well on that. And we will finally start to narrow down your location, Calamity.
Yep, and there it is.
There we go.
So again, more than a minute left for both of us. We've got the city, we've got the river, we've got a relatively major road to the north of the starting location. So not
he's
too
to
difficult.
The left of the road, you're to the right. We got a whole another minute to go, though. You guys are really cruising through these. To be fair, though, it hasn't been too challenging. Plenty of signs at both locations in the first 2 rounds. Now just about how... Oh, he is fast. I barely get to see the score before he decides to guess early. There we go. Another 5K from him and only a few seconds behind. As long as you're happy with your location, will be your guess and 5K again. So yeah, not too bad. But again, lots of good clues for both of you. So still even after 2 rounds.
So both on for a perfect game as well, in theory. Relatively unlikely to happen in Kenya, but you never know.
Yeah, Kenya can be hard because you can get these pretty easy rounds like we've seen in the first 2 rounds here, but then you could get thrown in the middle of nowhere in a national park, and if you don't quite know the car, then you might be in trouble. So we'll see what round 3 has for us, and at least we're at some kind of truck stop, or at least on a major trucking lane here for us. And a couple signs again for the police department. Kenyan police are good for something. Telling you where you are. So
yeah, like you said, actually, that's not something I didn't think about before. Considering that there's so many trucks there, it's probably quite likely that you're on a major road, and also that the location, the town that you're in, is probably quite far apart from any other towns. Because otherwise, why would there be so many trucks there?
Yeah, it's a natural stopping point for the drivers. Are Austrian police pretty helpful, Calamity?
I mean, they're not unhelpful. I've had one encounter with the police in my life, so I mean, I can't really say too much.
That's I don't know what to say about that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
But
I sometimes wish that the police would stop cars more often on the road. Because as I said, I've been driving for like 7 years now, and I've been stopped once. So I can't imagine other people have been stopped much more, and people are probably speeding all over the place.
Yeah. My biggest problem in Japan is that people park in the street, like they pull over halfway and up against the curb, and they're not supposed to do it. It's illegal, but people do it everywhere in Kyoto, and the police just cruise right past. And you're like, please give these people tickets, because it's like a ski slalom trying to drive, cars turning right, and then everybody parked on the left, and you're weaving in and out. And it's, oh man.
Yeah, I've just seen a railway track sort of on a bridge over to the east there, which I remembered from one practice round, but I couldn't remember where exactly it was. So I'm currently, and there we go. Now I've found it.
There we go. MTheBassman has also found a county governance sign, and so he's looking for that border. You've got the little village. He is... Now he's a little bit closer, but still quite a ways off. This round is proving to be a little bit more difficult for both of you.
Yeah, it's just a bit...
really stumping MTheBassman.
A bit more in the middle of nowhere. But he should find the county. It's unlikely that you're going to look for 2 minutes in Kenya and not find a county.
Yeah, those county lines, not too many of them to find. Does seem to kind of forget where he's searched. Where did I go again? Yeah, over here. Zoom in on those with about 30 seconds left. Time he's down to pinpointing, and there we go. He finds it in the end.
It looked more like though he didn't find the county and just ended up maybe getting a bit lucky that he found the city.
Yeah, it did kind of look like he was like, oh, wait a minute. Never mind. There it is. And you've had a lot longer to pinpoint. Let's see if it does you any good. As time will expire. And, oh, just is it 1 point off or 11 points off?
I think it's 11.
Yeah, 4,989, 4,954 for MTheBassman. So that extra time on location does prove a slight benefit for you, and both of you missing out on that perfect game. But very unlikely, as you said. For that one. But yeah, much trickier round, Calamity.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said before, it's just sort of in the middle of nowhere. You can see it there on my map where you've got pretty much nothing to the southeast for maybe like 15 kilometers or even more, and nothing really much to the northwest either. So you probably have to rely on the signs you find in the city, because outside of it, you're probably not going to find much.
Yeah, so those nice signs at the beginning, plus some interesting POIs might have been a little bit of help. As we'll jump into round number 4, and MTheBassman likes to just keep things moving along. So we'll do the same, and a very jungly location, very different from the other ones. And if I remember right, you said this is what suburbs of Nairobi look like?
Typical Nairobi suburb.
Yeah,
not all of them.
Plenty of signs.
Not all of them look like this, because Nairobi has quite a few suburbs spread across. It's outside, as suburbs usually are, but sort of the northwestern kind of suburbs all look like this.
Yeah, so we've got a Nairobi City Council as well for you there. Well, it looks like we are near some kind of forest or park, and a few seconds behind, MTheBassman sees the same sign. Yeah, is it along Thiguri Ridge? So maybe that didn't even might be able to spot that on the map now that you've got a decent handle on things. Now to find the shape of the roads. I don't see any road signs, so getting the exact road might have to rely on some features of them. Oh, were there?
Yeah, I mean, you see the one MTheBassman is looking at right now, for example.
Okay.
But
so that ridge is actually a road name.
Yeah, there were a few more too.
And that'll be good enough for you, Calamity. Another fast round picking up an ace. So MTheBassman seems to be not too far off either. You guys are both looking ready to move up into Division 1, not even needing those full 3.5 minutes.
I think he's currently got his marker where he is at the moment, or where he was when he put it down.
Yeah. He does need to work his way backwards to his location, but again, still over a minute and a half to go.
He's around the suburbs that he's seen on the sign. I think it's at New Mutaiga, which is a suburb that he's close to on the map. The actual location is a bit further northwest.
He has yet to make that adjustment quite yet, but he's not really feeling the pressure of time quite yet. He's traveled, I think, a lot farther than we saw Chicago and Radox travel to pick this one up.
Been so long, I don't remember.
Well, I don't remember seeing this location, that's for sure.
Yeah, so but they might have just traveled the other way.
Yeah. But again, he keeps finding where he is. He's not finding where he starts.
He's moving further away from the right place.
Yeah, which is a bit interesting. He's following his own route with his pin, which is kind of the opposite of what you want to do. You want to go backward. 30 seconds left. See what'll happen here. Nothing. And then, yeah. Gotta be in here somewhere. Goes back to the start. Check the roads again. Seems quite confused. He knew what road he was on before, and I don't know why he went further away from it rather than the opposite direction.
An interesting location to place it.
Yeah, last second adjustment for interesting reasons. 4,890 points for MTheBassman there. So yeah, I don't know, maybe losing a bit of track of where he'd been along the way, Calamity, in that round.
Yeah, it was much closer to the right location after about a minute or so, and then just ended up being further and further away before he got a bit closer at the end again. But yeah, probably missed a couple of signs, I imagine. But well, you can actually, if you don't move on quite yet, you can see there the Ridge Road just east of where his pin is on the map. Where the main road sort of goes north-south, to the east, off of it comes that Ridge Road. So you can easily find that.
Okay, there we go. Well, let's get ourselves set up for the final round. You've got a slim lead here. 19,844 for MTheBassman, and because you're using an ultra high definition screen, let's actually get into this for 18,989.
It should be 19,989.
Yeah, 19,989. Yeah. So we're still definitely within tie range here. If you both managed a good location, but we're on another major road again with some signs, so this could be really tight. Both of actually heading in opposite directions. You heading north, and MTheBassman heading south. And again, not a whole lot.
Yeah, it is.
There's a few painted walls and whatnot, but nothing definitive.
Yeah, the location itself, the road is relatively obvious that it's the road along the eastern coast of Kenya, but finding out where exactly you are along that road is a lot more difficult.
Yeah, it seems like MTheBassman does know we're along that road, has dropped a pin just to get us started. But you have yet to do anything, just spending all your time trying to travel as far as you can.
I know which road it is, but...
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot. We see players who, they know where they are, but it doesn't mean they're going to show it on the map right away. Those vital seconds could be used to travel a little bit further and see something. So you don't always need to drop a pin the minute you know where you are.
Yeah, I've never timed out on a round in Reddit League, so I can I can be sure that I can take a couple of seconds longer to look around. Don't necessarily have to put that safety pin down.
Mm-hmm. Very different directions, but again, hasn't helped either one of you.
Nope.
Signs have been hard to come by, and with a minute and a half, you decide time to do a little something on the map. There's a construction project sign. Looks like MTheBassman's trying to read it for some clues, but doesn't get much from it.
Yep. And I've now decided to go back to the start and head south, which, considering what MTheBassman has seen so far, well, we probably won't be seeing anything else from my side.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to catch up to where he has been so far. And I guess the sign does say Malindi on it, doesn't it? Yeah, really tricky. But it does appear so. It's a little bit smaller on our screen than it was for him, I'm sure, but he put his pin there and I said, how did he know? And then sure enough, the sign did say it.
Oh, I know.
Well, that might have been...
Now he's gone back to the start as well, so...
and gone north. So both of you giving up on your initial directions to find out that the other direction has nothing to offer.
Yep, round over. Let's see who guesses better.
Over. Yeah, we're on a pretty much north-south road.
Yep.
So he's guessing a little bit more of an east-west variety, so it might be a little tricky, but I think that town name is going to give him a slight edge. And he will make a last-minute adjustment, and, well, he'll get you. Oh, he's very quick on that button. 3,400 points versus 2,689?
I would have wanted to say 90, but I don't know. You're probably seeing it a bit bigger than I am.
Yeah. For you there. So both of you on the same road, far away, but I guess that town doing slightly better for MTheBassman. I think that really just came down to a little bit of luck there. Yep. He almost thought he was further away than that, but unfortunately that's more than enough for him to complete the comeback. He was only down a few, not even a couple hundred points there. 23,244 for him to finish up, as we'll take a look and see what... Oh, that was a big sigh of defeat on that camera. Just not a lot of clues. And can we get a final score out of you here somewhere? Maybe
wish.
Not.
Probably somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
You can go a bit further back, but yeah.
I'm not going to get it. We might have to look it up on another screen here. Hang on 1 second just to make sure we're doing our due diligence. I really love a way to watch these videos a little bit better resolution and size. But I need a bigger monitor or something, I guess. But
22,678.
22,678. So yeah, he ends up almost taking up the win by 1,000 points there. Quite a big swing towards the end. 566 points, actually the definitive difference for there. But yeah, very rough last round and almost just, nothing you could do.
Yep.
A good game by both players, and MTheBassman getting a tad bit lucky there in the end, Calamity.
Pretty much that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. A rough way to finish off the regular season. So that moves him, I believe, up into 7th place. So he actually doesn't
Not
move
at
all. Yep. Doesn't move anything, with Talampala also picking up some points there, but sees you drop all the way down into 3rd, which means you're set yourself up for a promotion playoff spot against Verdok. And given that Verdok was relegated from Division 1 last season, that's quite a hill to climb on the world map for you there. So, yeah, any final comments, or ready to wrap this one up?
Nope. Get it done.
Okay, well, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next videos, which should be, I believe, the decider matches as well as the championship playoff semifinals. So we'll see you all there. Take care.
Bye.